Hey guys, happy Friday. All right, so this is a different live stream that we're going to do. We want to thank all those who are jumping in after the live stream. Super shout out to you guys for watching afterwards. We hope this is going to be a super impactful and helpful live stream for you. For those of you who do not know, my name's Aaron.
And my name is Christian.
Awesome. And as you have questions or anything like that, please comment below. I don't think we can necessarily share screen. If we could, we'd have you jump on here via video. I don't know if that's possible, but Jack will be helping us with our comments, and we'll try to be monitoring them as well. So we have some tips and tactics and strategies for you guys to use in your business right now. We know this is kind of a time where people have a lot of unknowns. So if you have any questions about your business specifically, you can just drop them below and we'll try to answer them for you.
Yeah. Hi, Jody. She says hi there.
Oh, hi, Jody.
Back.
Yes, awesome. Okay, looks like I can finally see comments there. Cool. All right, we're back. Are we back?
We're back.
Okay. So before we get into this, I wanted to phrase something that I heard from a good internet entrepreneur. You should check him out, Pat Flynn. And he was kind of, just a really quick recap, he was part of like a 2008 crisis and financial downturn, and he had to reinvent himself. So he came up with like these two camps here that I think are very beneficial for everybody, which is the first camp, which is you can blame everybody, you can be fearful, you can watch the news and just sit back and do nothing. And then there's the other camp of people who are overly optimistic and think that this is just nothing and they should still continue to go to the beach and do whatever. So Christian and I are not on one side or the other. That's not the point for this. But our point is that you should take action. And even before we started doing the live stream right now, we were just talking with a client and talking to her about, hey, look, this is not a time to sit back and hope that things get better. Like, we have to take action. We want you to try new things. You may have to get out of your comfort zone, but there's still ways that you can help grow and help your business succeed and move forward. But if we sit back, then it's kind of in, it's in nobody's hands at that point. You got to take action for it. So that's what we want to give you guys is actionable tips and strategies. And if you have questions specific to your business, drop them down below at any time. And as they come in, we'll answer them. So, do you have anything to add to that? I don't know if that was like, did you understand the two camps? I just want to make sure that was super clear to people that.
Yeah, I mean, you said that we weren't on either side, but I think we are. We are on the action side. I don't know why you said that.
Well, I'm saying like I don't think we're on the overly optimistic, like it's going to end tomorrow kind of that side. Like I don't think that we're walking around just thinking like, oh, business is as usual. Like this is going to affect us or effect us in the sense that like it's going to have some kind of toll on us with either family, friends, something like it's a worldwide thing. So we can't just be like glossy-eyed and just say that there's not going to be anything that happens because of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think businesses are definitely going to change, and they're probably going to be thinking of different ways of doing business, not just, the hand-to-hand, eye-to-eye type deal. There's going to be, I think, a shift in a lot of businesses where they're going to try to do more things online. Yeah. And I think that's what some of the tips that we're talking about today are figuring out ways to move some of the things that you already do or potentially haven't been doing or been thinking about for a long time and actually take action and try to do something with that online.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is for every business, it's going to be a little bit unique and a little bit different, but these are some general statements, and we'll talk about who it's more specifically geared towards, but how other businesses could use them as well, which is, again, why please leave a comment. Let us know. Actually, let us know you're here. This is supposed to be, we're all at home. We're in this together. We're not at home right now, but we want to do this together. So this is more of a community involvement. So please make sure to leave a comment. Just let us know you're here. We'd love to say hello.
Yeah, and if you have any ideas, or if you've seen, because I've seen some stuff on Facebook and I've shared on my personal page actually, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, but if you've seen anything on Facebook of other businesses doing anything unique or out of the box to try to keep their business afloat, let us know in the comments or put the link or whatever. Just share it somewhere. So we can kind of share that with our audience as well.
Yeah. So one of the first things that you can do if you are a local business and you are specifically like in the restaurant hospitality industry is that we know that people are still going to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries. And even if you aren't in the restaurant business, maybe you are in a different industry or something like that, you can still use the fact that people are purchasing things for people's birthdays and anniversaries. But it may not look like Christian's anniversary. When is it?
No,
Like
anniversary, birthday.
Birthday. No. You had an anniversary in like May or something, right? When you started dating?
It's coming up, yeah.
Yeah. So they're probably, who knows if they're going to be able to go out to dinner, but they could get dinner in, and they could, get a gift card from somewhere, so they could celebrate their anniversary differently. And people could be marketing to Christian knowing that, hey, you have an anniversary coming up. You still want to celebrate and spend time with your... Sorry, that was our Instagram Live. It just fell down. It's probably still going. But it is. Nice. That's good. So this is obviously live. So my point is that they could still market to you and say, hey, great, you can still have a nice dinner. You can still have get flowers delivered. You can still have all of these things. It's just going to be inside of your home more so than it is going to be out in the community. You're not necessarily going to be able to attend a restaurant, but you can still have that anniversary or that birthday that you could celebrate. So that's what I guess people don't realize that. For the local businesses, you have to order within a certain area, and people have, this is probably the one thing that everybody is doing is curbside and delivery, or trying to figure out a way to do curbside and delivery. And that's good, but I think the messaging behind that is the most important. Like, why would people just go out of the way to purchase from your location or purchase from the place that you're offering?
Yeah, and I think it's something else that I think DoorDash and all these other delivery services are doing is, not doing any hand contact or I think that's what it's called, non-contact delivery, where they're just sort of leaving it in their front door, and not having any sort of contact or anything with that person. So obviously that's something that you can implement along with, your strategy of targeting people who are doing birthday or anniversaries or things that that even in time of crisis, you still want to sort of celebrate or keep doing in order to keep people's spirits up. You don't want to just cancel your birthdays and cancel your parties and all this stuff. You still want to keep doing these things. And as a business, I think it's important to push that and make people feel comfortable or try to make them somewhat normal, right? So that's why this is our first tip, I guess, is, people are still going to try to celebrate these things. And if they're thinking about not doing it, then you as a business owner have the opportunity to inform them that, hey, yeah, it's okay to do these things, sometimes even in times of crisis. And you can use your social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram Live, TikTok, whatever, to inform people that, hey, even though this is still going on, we still have some opportunities in front of us.
Right. So people are still going to buy food. Like, there's essentials that people are going to still need. So food being one of them, they're still going to need utilities. They're still going to have activities. It's not like, as much as we talk about it and we're playing around, not everybody is going at home and just watching Disney Plus or Netflix. And for those of you who are, in a couple of days, you will be bored. You will want to be outside. You'll want to be doing something. You want to see people. And so to keep on with the food aspect of things, I want to find a way, and Christian and I are working on some really cool things to where, local restaurants or people like that could still go get carry out. And it may seem weird right now because it's not something we do, but like, if Christian and I still wanted to have dinner together, we could get dinner from the same restaurant. Maybe they offer a 2-for-1 like Chili's does or something like that, or a local restaurant. It's like, okay, great, I'm buying dinner tonight, but we meet via Zoom, and it's like literally our families both meet up. We both are eating the same meal, shopping locally, and it's like a virtual dinner basically with friends. So it's like, it's not the same thing. You can't actually see them, or you can't actually touch them, which, some people don't like that anyway. But it is the next best thing. Same thing that I've heard for like coffee shops. They could start mailing out their coffee, selling it online, and then setting up certain hours online where it's like, all right, Christian, between 11 and 1, we're doing a virtual coffee hour. And it's like, maybe everybody's microphone's muted. Somebody's controlling it from the coffee shop and everybody's muted, but it's just nice to see other people. And people think that it's kind of weird, but if you go to a Starbucks right now, it's like, most of the time people are sitting there by themselves with their headphones in anyway, and they just see people. They just want to be out there. They want to be seeing people. So you could do the exact same thing, sell your coffee, have people enjoy your coffee at home, and then your coffee shop could set up a virtual like lounge to where people are working. They're working from their home, but they're like, yeah, I have my smell of my coffee here, and I can see the people, and it's those random people still, but it's still a sense of community.
Shout out to my girlfriend Megan. She actually did something like that the other day, where her and her teacher friends got together on Zoom, and we're talking about everything that's going on, what they've been doing, things like that. Jody said, "Let's have wine at 5. Let's do it.
Let's go." I mean, yeah. So wine happy hours. Okay, cool. So we'll be able to see comments. That's good.
Anna's saying y'all are still sitting too close together.
This is actually 6 feet. The lens
make it look like it's we're a lot closer.
There's actually a box of what is it? Sanitizer. Like
should have like a plexiglass type deal, right?
Yes, we should have. But yeah, I think that's people are already using it and adapting. Zoom is a great free platform for you guys. You can do 45 minutes for free right now. They may be offering something a little bit in the future too, but Zoom's free for a lot of people, so you could still meet up with your friends, still go have coffee. But I think the biggest thing we're trying to say here for those business owners is think about the needs of your customers and how can you meet them. So they still want to have coffee. So Christian's girlfriend probably still wanted to have coffee. She probably still wanted to drink wine, but she probably wanted to do it with friends, and she probably didn't want to spend that time going to the store or that time going to the coffee shop because she's a little weary right now. Well, can't you offer a unique solution to her saying, hey, look, we're going to deliver it to you. We'll give you free delivery. And if you do it with a friend, here's like an opportunity for you guys to sit down together. Or like, here's a unique way for you guys to do it. Like maybe there's a game, maybe there's some kind of offer for that. So that it just helps people and gets them into the situation where they feel like it's a little bit more comfortable. They could go and do it themselves.
Yeah. I think another tip regarding not necessarily Zoom, but live videos, exactly what we're doing right now. We have about 16 people on live right now, which is probably the most we've had on a Friday at noon live video. And that's because a lot of people are at home, right? And they have the flexibility of being able to get on Facebook and watch this while they may be doing some other things or maybe just cooking lunch for the kids. So take advantage of that. As a business owner, you have Facebook Live, you have Instagram Live, you have actually Instagram Live. I've seen a huge uptick.
Oh my gosh, everybody's going live on Instagram.
People doing Instagram lives. So take advantage of that. Use the platforms to, again, just spread your message, maybe just spread positivity. For example, today we're not necessarily selling anything. We're just kind of giving you tips and things that we've seen other businesses do and that you can do as well. So live video, that's another tip that you can do today.
Yeah, and I think that some people are doing a really good job of saying, like, sell gift cards. Like, if you look it up any article right now, it's like if you're a retail location, we'll get into some other businesses here shortly, but let me digress for a second and say that our main focus right now are those restaurants and hospitality and hotels and things like that, because those are the ones who employ a lot of hourly workers, and those are the ones that are going to impact our community the most right now that we can see. Salaried workers, for the most part, it's kind of uncertain, but they're still getting paid for right now until it gets to a certain level. Who knows? But those people who are out of work right now are the restaurants, the people who are at the hospitality, the theaters. So these are the options for those people, because once those situations are better, it makes everything for everyone else a little bit better. So that's about the local community. It doesn't matter if you're here in Dallas, Texas or not. This is for your local community too, that you can use this. And one thing that people are doing is buying gift cards. I think that buying a gift card or offering a gift card is good, but a better way to do it is, hey, look, kind of like how the U.S. does it sometimes for bonds, like buy this $75 gift card, I'll give it to you for $50, knowing that they won't use it or hoping that they won't use it, right away. Hopefully you have a little bit of margins with it, but it helps with cash flow. And if you can sell enough gift cards and they don't use it for a month or so and then things start to pick up, it just allows you to bring in cash flow. So offer something unique. It doesn't have to be a discount, but like for every gift card, we'll give a free delivery or we'll send something to somebody, just so that you can find a way to get that cash flow. That's the biggest thing people need right now is some incoming transactions, some incoming dollars. So a unique way to get in front of them, give those gift cards and give that instant gratification to those people, and let them know that they're supporting your local community. Because even if they can only buy one gift card from you, that's still going to help you with that cash flow, and it's not necessarily affecting your product or service right now.
Mm-hmm. I think another tip would be something like what we've been working on with our courses, right? So trying to figure out, and probably a lot of business owners out there have been thinking about this for a while, where how do you productize your services and package them up into some sort of course where you can still sell that. Like we said earlier, like life is still going to go on, right? And things are going to keep moving and going. So it's just a matter of taking this extra time that you have now, potentially, right? You're not driving back and forth to a lot of different places.
Right, you have more time in the day. You have like some people have an extra 3 hours a day.
Yeah, it's insane. So take that time to literally package up your services and figure out a way that maybe you can sell them online. There's a ton of resources and websites out there that allow you to create this super easily. And also just a lot of online businesses either giving out discounts or like Zoom opening up additional features. So there's a lot of opportunities right now with a lot of different businesses where you can do a plethora of things, right? And kind of keep afloat with the services that you offer, but offering them to a different medium, right? Either doing courses, doing Facebook Lives, using Facebook private groups. Those are all like great avenues to still kind of get some income in while using these online tools to your advantage.
Yeah, and I was going to say, so Steve Reed is on here. I know he's a coaching consultant right now for businesses, a life coach. And what Christian was saying, that's absolutely for you. So if you're more the professional type service, this is the time that you create your course. Like you're just getting in front of the camera, knocking out a course and selling that online. People are looking to do that more than ever. Like what we've noticed anyway is there's an uptick in people who are looking for how to start my own business because they're like, look, I feel pigeonholed or I feel like I'm at risk because I didn't have a backup source of income. How can I make myself more digital and sell a product or service online? So this is your opportunity. If this goes on for another couple weeks, in those couple of weeks, you could literally create that course and that could change your whole trajectory for your business. Before it was networking groups and in-person meetings, but now you have leverage. You can sell the product or service online. So I would highly encourage you, if you have it, like what Christian was saying, to productize that, figure out a way, just get in front of a camera, even if it's not your best work yet, it's still something. Package it up and sell that, offer that to somebody because there are still people who are purchasing. Contrary to popular belief or what's going on, some of you guys have probably purchased things online. I know Christian just purchased something that we'll tell you guys about a little bit later, but he just spent, I don't know, 10 or 15 bucks online. Hopefully
$5.
Huh?
$5.
$5. So it wasn't that much, but he just bought something for $5 just an hour or so ago. So people are still purchasing online. In those professional services, this is the time to create the courses. We'll talk about resources that you can use and how you can get that out there a little bit later, very inexpensively, later part of the resources. But do we have a question?
Anna said that you steal my idea.
Which idea we steal?
Maybe the gift card one.
Oh, well.
Steve is offering free coaching time slots.
Awesome. So
shout out to Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Abby said, there has never been a better time for the local marketing academy. It's very true. Marketing has never been more important.
Absolutely.
Online marketing. Absolutely, yeah.
Benny.
Benny, Purpose Consulting. We are extending our hours to look over life insurance policies and making sure you have the right policy in today's pandemic. Awesome.
Yeah. So, people are adjusting their business. I don't think Benny would be extending their hours right now if there wasn't a need for people who are looking at it. I know that I know 2 health insurance advisors who are just going crazy right now with how busy they are because people are like, oh, wow, I need to take care of my family. I need the health insurance. So one of the good things that's coming out of this is like a realization for people that like, hey, I was neglecting this. So now I'm making sure this is happening. So those health insurance people are super busy. And I guess a tip for you guys is that restaurant, hospitality industry, find out the industries that are thriving right now, which we know commercial cleaning is doing really well. We know that insurance is doing really well. We know that like medical services are doing really well. Any type of product in that industry. How can you make a partnership with somebody in the area? How can you like offer free food or offer to give deliveries to all the clients? Say, hey, we're a commercial cleaning company, or you're a let's just say a restaurant, we'd love to partner with your commercial cleaning company and offer a lunch to your clients or whatever. Or can you offer this to them? Or can you give this to your employees because they're out here risking, potentially their lives cleaning? Why couldn't you offer them lunch? Why couldn't you work with those people? Because there's a lot of commercial cleaning companies that are probably going 24/7 right now trying to make sure that they can clean places. Why could you not reach out and offer food or work with them to make that happen? Same thing for the health insurance people. They're working around the clock. They're at their home. They can't really leave. They got to take phone calls, everything. Why can't we reach out to them, offer delivery, offer some service for them?
Jody Wallace says, I am happy to offer neuro-linguistic 30 sessions to manage fear and limiting beliefs.
Okay. Well, that
excellent.
Seems that's awesome. So this is kind of also like I love this too. It wasn't necessarily the purpose, but it's also even better because we want to give tips and tactics and strategies. But I think it's even better that these business owners are offering their services here, and everybody is looking to find a way to help out the community. So there's obviously people here. So if you see those on here that are like, hey, look, I need to look at my life insurance, or hey, I do need help with, looking at the news, and I need help with getting my mindset correct. Well, we have people on here who are offering to help with that. So that's super awesome. Thank you, Jody, for doing that. We have another question or comment from Steve. Oh yeah. So Steve Reed says, my coaching is to help people with the stronger communication skills, specifically listening. Many couples are having to relearn how to interact with each other, especially since they're together 24/7. Wow, that's absolutely true. And probably communicate with their kids too, because depending on how old your kids are, by the time that they're 5, you've basically given them up for half of a day. So you only know what one part of a routine is like, or like what Saturday and Sunday is like. So it's like, oh, I don't know. This is, I never knew my kid did this, or I never knew how to entertain my kid. How's it different for you, Christian? Is it different? You're quarantining yourself a little bit with Megan. Is it different? Is it better?
It depends. I'm there in my house and then at Megan's. So I'm at Megan's because of the new puppy, obviously.
Oh.
The new puppy helps, I guess, with the emotions of not doing anything, or I know Megan's stuck with the puppy almost all day. So definitely helps. So I guess that's another thing. If you're at home doing nothing and don't have any kids, then just go adopt a puppy. That will
There's
keep
probably
you busy.
a lot of puppies in the shelter that need you right now.
Yes. And I've seen an article somewhere that where it was talking about exactly doing that. And we got our puppy maybe a couple of weeks before this all happened. So it's kind of been good, I guess, in a sense, because we can spend more time with her. So.
Right, she's feeling the love. I saw a meme out there that was like, the people who are benefiting most from COVID-19, and it's like all these puppy memes. Like we love our humans. All right, so like Christian mentioned earlier, and I think this is something that we should absolutely talk about and more people should be doing, is video, but more specifically live video. Because you're, like you said, there's more people who are watching this live video than normally at this time. But more importantly, your audience wants to hear from you. How can you offer a unique solution to them? And a lot of times I think that what people potentially mess up is that they try to sell their product or service when that's not a need that they have. They're not going to watch a live video that doesn't necessarily affect them or help them. So for example, you guys are watching this right now because you're a business owner and you want to find out tips and tactics and strategies to help you get through this time. Well, your customers don't necessarily always want to buy food. It is a problem that they have, but more importantly, how can you help them with other situations? So a lot of parents are trying to figure out, how do I homeschool my kid? I've never done this. I'm an accountant and I don't know how to teach them language arts. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to entertain them, and I don't want to sit them in front of Netflix or Disney Plus just all day and just let them veg out. I want to interact with them. I want to find a way that we can continue to educate. So these are real problems that parents are having. how can you offer a unique solution? And it doesn't have to be related to your business. You could go live a couple times per week and offer solutions like, hey, here's some DIY type things you can do with your kids. And you could couple it with, great, now let's have snack time. So here's some popcorn and we'll have that with it. Or like, let's do this and here's some food. You can couple it with your product, but offer a solution to the real problems that they're having right now. There's, like Christian said, a lot of time. Days seem like they're going on a lot longer because people aren't able to get out. They aren't able to travel. They aren't able to work, outside of the home. So what's going on right now is that they have all that free time and they don't know what to do with it. So you could offer a unique solution to help them or help the situations that they have, especially I think the biggest issue or the biggest opportunity here is to help with kids.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We have a couple comments. Christina, wonderful resource for couples today, marriagetoday.com. Shout out. Anna said that she agrees about the dog. Getting a dog right now is so much joy for these long days, and also keeps you from just sitting at home all day, right? You have to take them out every 45 minutes to make sure that they go pee and potty. So it's a good exercise as well. Robin also said that if you are in Collin County and you want to adopt a pet with Collin County Animal Services, you have to make an appointment. So she put the phone number in there for all of you looking to do something else.
Very cool.
I do want to talk about, can we talk about this? Cost reductions?
Yes.
I probably don't want to touch on all of those, but obviously something that businesses have to go through is, paying rent, paying insurances, paying all these things. So what can you do as far as cost reduction? And we have a little list in here, and some of these things actually Aaron and I have done for our business recently because we're looking into doing a different accounting system with profit first. But something like having a one-time payment, right, for some services. So you might be using an email provider, let's say MailChimp, where you're paying monthly. Think about just switching from monthly to, obviously, it may be not the right time and place right now to do that, but from switching to monthly to yearly, right, you probably can save a lot of money there. And also there are services, for example, SendFox.
Yeah, we can drop that below in there.
It's just a one-time payment. You literally pay once and you're done with it.
It's $49 too. And they do a free migration service. So if you're on MailChimp or something like that, paying $30 a month, they'll migrate everything over to SendFox for you. And it's $49. Like, that's it.
Yeah. So there's so many tools and so many things out there that if your business uses any of these marketing tools or software, there's probably an alternative out there where it could be free. You could be paying for the yearly, which can save you money. Or there's some that you just pay once and then you're done. Mm-hmm. So I would definitely look into those things. Look at all of your services or apps that you use and see how you can reduce the cost. Sometimes even, and we did this with one of the things that we've been paying monthly, is we didn't need to be on that tiered column, right? The silver package. We just needed to be in the bronze package, which saved like maybe $7 or $8 a month, but it's $7 or $8 a month. So think about ways that you can reduce the cost of some of the things, maybe software or apps that you're using. What else do we have in here?
We got a question from Benny, but also shout out to Tommy Connors. Hey man, how are you doing? What else was there?
So Benny said, a great time to get familiar with live video. Thank you, BitBranding, for this. Question, what tools or apps would you suggest for new or existing businesses owners to start learning to reach their audiences more? Obviously, a mail software, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it's either MailChimp, we highly recommend SendFox just because it's a one-time payment. $49. And it has all the features that you would need from something like MailChimp or Constant Contact. As far as any other tools or apps to reach your businesses,
well, there's text message software out there. So this is all things that you probably should have done previously, but I think that it's something that you should continue to do is emailing and touching base. Because there was a survey out yesterday or a video that Christian made me watch or whatever, and it was like, okay, how have you communicated with your clients and how has this affected your business? So I would say like 30% of the people have actually communicated with their audience, and the other 70% are like, I'm about to, or I haven't yet. and they don't know what's going on. They don't know how this is affecting your business. They don't know how it's going on. Like, so at the bare minimum, email. And a lot of people will say email is quote unquote dead. It is still very much alive. So at least using something like SendFox to communicate with your audience, to let them know about offers. That's huge right now. But also just literally, I mean, we don't necessarily need a ton of tools or apps to make it work, but just going live from Facebook or Instagram is what you need right now. You can get fancy later. We don't want to necessarily tell people you need to go buy this certain app or anything like that. You do need to buy software to send emails, but to go live on Facebook, you can grow just by going live and doing that. There are a lot of free resources, though. You can go to Udemy to get an online course. I know that there's a lot of other people who are giving away their like online marketing courses for free, which we will do as well for at least, the next 30 days or so. We'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But there's a lot of free resources out there for people, and we'll drop those in there a little bit later, Benny. I don't know if we answer the question specifically, but
I would also say Facebook group, private Facebook groups.
Yeah,
I think that's a great avenue to stay in contact with your following. Something that we use also for a company we started this year actually was Active Campaign, which again it's more so kind of like MailChimp, but on steroids, where it has you had the opportunity to just build automations and different things like that. And it just makes it a lot easier to, again, what you're saying, connect with your audience, right? And I mean, it has a bunch of other tools, Active Campaign, but that's something that we started using and just implementing heavily with our business. So I would say private Facebook groups, obviously any social media network out there, and use the tools that they give you, right? Aaron was talking about live video, Instagram Live will definitely be another avenue.
Shout out. And I guess one other thing to mention right now, it's even more important as you have more time. We don't necessarily advocate this for businesses whenever we talk to them for a couple of reasons. One, we know that they're running their business, so they're super busy, and if they don't have a team, it doesn't make sense for them. But when they do have more time, the best thing for you to do is go out on, like, Instagram is the easiest place, and get in the conversations. If you sell a product like clothing or food or whatever else, go into those hashtags that are like AllenTX or DallasTX or like clothing or food or whatever, and go to those bigger accounts, go to those medium-sized accounts, and have real conversations with people. It sends people back to your page, and you may realize, oh, great, somebody actually needs my services. I did that the other day and got a potential lead for a website because this guy was like, hey, look, we're networking. And he's like, I need help with a website. And I responded and said, okay, great. What kind of website? Let me DM you. So I messaged him, got his email. Now we're talking back and forth. Same kind of thing could happen for you for clothing. You could just be in different moms groups, like on Facebook or on Instagram, not necessarily a group, but like inside of a post, and just go back and forth like, hey, I love this, or I love this too, and just have conversations. So think of it as more of we're not going out into the mall or to a networking group that you would actually run into these people, but they still are communicating and they still are gathering online. Find your tribe, find your group online, and communicate with them that way. It's more hand-to-hand combat, but like we said, the average person has an extra 3 hours a day because they're not commuting. Even if you only had an extra 2 hours a day, it's still time that you could spend growing your business and just reaching out to people one-on-one, and that's how it happens. I mean, you get an extra 5 customers a day. It doesn't seem like a lot, but that adds up throughout the week. An extra 30 customers a week, like that could change your business.
Mm-hmm. Megan said that she's still helping kids continue learning, right, by communicating with them with the online platforms that McKinney ISD provides. So even if it's not, the 6-7 hours that they're in school, she's saying that, she's still trying to engage with her students. And she told me the other day, she was like itching to know about their students and how they're doing and all this stuff. So that's definitely something that teachers could do, right? Providing resources for parents on how to try to figure out how to homeschool, or giving resources to the parents as far as lessons and things like that they could do at home.
Well, and even the local businesses. So like if you're a local business, reaching out and calling out saying, hey, we're looking for all teachers. How can, we don't know anything about teaching, but we want to provide resources for our customers. We'd love to, have you help out. Like, we'll give you free food, and, maybe they'll send something to the potential parents or whatever. Like, hey, Mrs. Puckett or whatever is teaching on something, and we're going to send lunch. Okay, great. So buy lunch for your kids, and she's going to teach about it. So how can you as a restaurant or a hospitality industry or something like that partner with teachers, because they're obviously not at school right now either. So how could they be used? They want to feel like they're still being impactful and not have to just sit at home and watch Netflix too. Like, they still want to teach. That's the reason they got into teaching. So try to partner with those people as well. What's up? Looks like Rob from Gentrified GPS. What's up, man? How you doing? Benny said we're dropping jewels today. Nice. Looks like a diamond on there. I like diamonds. That's cool. Thanks for the shout out there. Want to get into, I have a couple other places that I know are doing well right now just from talking to people. So just as a side note, mortgage business is doing really well. I don't know how necessarily the real estate business is doing, but mortgage, people are refinancing and getting out of that really quickly. So how could you partner with mortgage companies as they're closing deals with people? Could you be that partnership with those people? Hey, you just refinanced. Great. Thank you for the loyalty. I would love to send a gift, and you could be that company that sends a gift. Mm-hmm. So that's something. Okay, we have a couple more things, guys, as far as strategies. And if you have questions, thanks for Benny for dropping that question there. If you guys are coming in after the live and you get this far into it, please leave a comment. Again, this is really for you guys as well. And if you have comments or questions, we had some people who are helping other people out with their business. That's what this is for as well. But if you also have some questions specific to your business, let us know. Let's brainstorm. Let's answer the question live here. That's why we're doing this. So one thing for the online retailers. So a lot of people think that they're not necessarily buying clothes anymore. So I'm thinking of you people who are also already selling things online, but you're in an industry where like you're not gonna not gonna go spend a bunch of money on clothes. That may be true, but you may be able to again partner. I look at this as a huge partnership. Work with other businesses who say like, okay, great, I'm gonna create this working from home mom T-shirt and outfit. And it's a sweater and jeans and shoes, and then it also has like toilet paper, and it also has, other things that are going on right now. So maybe some food or whatever, and you partner with a restaurant, and that's your quarantine package or your stay-at-home parent package or your what is another word, like the stay-at-home teacher or whatever. So like that's your package, and you could package that up, work with other local businesses, and sell that online because we do work with online retailers as well, and it will tell you that they're getting sales every single day. They're not as many sales as what they had, but that isn't. We're strategically looking and working to actually increase it. But more importantly, people are still buying every day. It's not like everybody just all of a sudden just stops spending money, because that's not the case. Now, some people may have spent less money, but that doesn't mean that if somebody was going to spend $100 and they want to spend $40 now, it doesn't mean that they're not going to spend their $40. They're just not spending as much. So you can still grab those sales online. Okay, Robin just said, what's up? We're going to get into some examples here.
Yeah, Jack, if you can pull up my screen. So I saw this maybe a couple of days ago, and I shared it on my personal Facebook. But very similar to what Aaron's saying, very similar to what we said earlier about packaging your services. Whiskey Cake in Plano, and Aaron just showed me a little bit earlier, Blue Goose Cantina is also doing something similar, where you can probably not see the pictures very well, but right there. They're doing these once a day quarantine kits, mm-hmm. right? Where, I mean, they have all this inventory in the back of the house. They can't necessarily have customers to dine in, and they don't necessarily have a drive-through window, right? So a lot of people are offering curbside pickups and things like that. But with Cake, they're doing something a little bit different, where they're sort of packaging up the stuff, right, that they have as far as inventory, mm-hmm. Chicken, eggs, onions, steaks. Now they have beer and wine. Thanks to the governor for allowing that. Yeah. And they're packaging this up, and you just have to call in and basically reserve it. I think that's how it works. Because I know,
there's
people
limits too. There's like, oh, we're only selling 40 of these packages a day, which it seems to me like they're selling out of it, and it's like, I don't know, a $60 package, $40, $50, $60 package or whatever. I can't remember exactly how much it is, but
yeah, something like that.
I mean, so they're still making sales. Maybe I know Whiskey Cake probably does way more than that, but they're at least finding creative ways to make those sales happen.
Yeah, this one's $60, but yeah, the other day was like $48, and it was like 30 eggs, 2 steaks. Like, it was insane the amount of food that you get. A gallon of milk. So it was actually a pretty cool concept, and I shared it on my personal wall. So again, it's about thinking about creative ways on the things that you offer or the services that you provide, and seeing how you can either package them to be online or package them and sell them in a different way, kind of like how Whiskey Cake is doing right now.
Yeah, and Christina said the packs have been amazing from Whiskey Cake. They have gone to first come, first serve. So, like, obviously there's demand, and the thing is, Christina knows about it, Christian knew about it, 700 people engaged with it on social media. That could be your business. Why can't you find a unique way to sell your business? It just happened to be like Whiskey Cake offers restaurant food and beer just like everybody else. They have their own touch to it, but honestly, there's no specific touch to this because they're not the ones cooking it or serving. And if you've been to Whiskey Cake, you know it's a lot about the experience and the way that they do their food there. But it's like they're telling you, hey, you go make it, but we're just going to provide it to you. So it's just a unique way to get in front of them, and you could do that as well. I know that Edible Arrangements, and Anna was telling me, like, they're offering like a fresh fruit, like a produce package. So it's like, normally their stuff is like very nice and pretty, and they're known for their really large bouquets and stuff, but they're like, no, if you need apples and bananas and all this stuff, we have it. We'll send you a fresh fruit bouquet. So they're just trying to figure out innovative ways. Jill said, follow Plano Foodies on Facebook to find other restaurants that are making kits. See? I mean, so now we've kind of started a trend, or they've started a trend where people are creating kits for the inside of their businesses, which is funny because it looks like there's quite a few of them inside of there. And that's what works. I mean, you probably shouldn't necessarily, I mean, you could copy them from right now, but think about something unique and offer it yourself. And I think whenever you're doing like promo items or things like that, or working like this, don't forget to do your same offers. In a sense, like if you were going to do a BOGO, or if you're going to do a contest, or if you're going to tag friends or anything like that, all of that's still relevant. Like, you should still be doing it. I feel like right now people are like, oh, they're not going to spend money, so I don't want to ask people to spend money. But what they don't realize is that, like, if you don't spend money in your local economy, then it just makes it worse. So, like, we should all still continue, which I challenge you tonight. Find a local restaurant, and hopefully we'll have a solution sometime soon. Find a local restaurant that's doing delivery or curbside and shop there at least once a week like you would normally do. We all have to buy food anyway, and it does help our local economies. It doesn't matter if you're in Dallas, it could be in Ohio. It's still important for you to shop local and buy local, and those people are still spending money. So you should still have contests. You should still do your buy one, get one. You should still be doing things to help people by making those types of purchases. I'm also going to follow those the Plano Foodies, but that seems like it's almost, at this point I'm hungry, so it's almost bad to start looking at their stuff. I see there's about 18 people on right now. Really just want to know if there's any specific questions for your business. Like I said, we talked a lot about retail and partnerships and making sure that you find a way to productize your system online if you are like a service-based business. There is a lot of resources out there. Like I said, we'll talk about those resources here in just a second. Sarah Yant says, she has a question. Any subscription Shopify apps you'd recommend, Christian? I forget the one I've looked into. Whenever she is talking about subscription, like every month you get what's it called? It's like escaping me right now. It's basically like, all right, every month I'm going to get for you guys. I know Sarah owns Stevie J's, so shout out to them. All right, every month I'm going to get 5 new bows or 3 new bows on a subscription, like a monthly order. I could not think of what I was talking about for a second. Yeah, that's more of a question for Christian. So in the meantime, while he's pulling those up.
I mean, I don't think we've necessarily used any for any of our clients as far as like installing. Obviously, the Bold is definitely one of the bigger apps inside of Shopify and the Shopify App Store. And yeah, I mean, I really haven't used any subscription based
like product. Because we've done service where it's like recurring or whatever, but not like
but we
not
use
a product.
Stripe. Yeah, we use Stripe for that, but not like a product inside of Shopify to do the subscription. But I would look at competition. The number one thing that I would do is look at competition, seeing how they're doing, what they're using exactly, and kind of go from there to make the decision. I mean, obviously, I just made a quick search on Shopify App Store, and I mean, they do have a lot of different things, obviously, Bold is the one that stands out to me because I've seen their apps before, and they have a plethora of different services and plugins and apps. So, but yeah, it's just looking at what makes sense for your business based on what they offer.
Yeah, and Sarah says she's going to send one that she's found. And I mean, Sarah, for yours, because it is a product, this is a great time to move into a subscription model because, you know, honestly, most businesses will realize this too. You're going to have 80% of your sales from 20% of the customers. So if you can get those people on subscription, they're going to help float to the company. Same thing for your regulars. I would highly encourage you guys, if you have emails or you have text messages, reach out to those high like traffic customers, those people who are your best customers that you know that you are talking to a lot. Reach out to them, but I would do it personally and say like, hey, Jill, we know you normally order twice a week. You're a regular here. How can we still serve you? How can we still offer this for you? We know that, you know, things are different now. You can't necessarily come in or you can't necessarily get what the service you'd like, but we would love to extend a very VIP service to you because we have the time now. You don't tell them that, but I mean, you do have the time now. And you tell them, hey, I'd love to give this VIP service to you because this person who used to shop with you before, you know that they're missing your service. And they just probably need to be reached out to. So I think that that's a very tactful way or a tactical way for you to get those high, the customers that spend the most money with you. Sarah asks, how can I tell? I can see some people are, but I wouldn't know how to see which apps they have in their background. That's probably a little bit more sophisticated, right? Because they would have to go into like a developer mode and then search for apps, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, it's looking at their code essentially. You can go to in your browser. If you go to their website, you can see, I think it's tools and like view source. So it's kind of like digging through code to kind of see what they're using, but it will literally tell you. So if you have some competition in mind that you know that they're using something, just send it to us and we can kind of look that over. And tell you what they're using. Yeah. Jack, if you can pull up my screen, I just saw this on Instagram just now. 24-Hour Fitness here in Fairview. They posted this 34 minutes ago. So they're offering some of the beverages and pre-workouts and those type of things that they offer for you to just kind of swing by and buy them from them instead of, I don't know, going to Walmart or...
Yeah, that's smart.
So definitely support those type of businesses, gyms. That they're not necessarily open right now. So, but they do have inventory. They have, like the cookies, bars, pre-workout, protein. They have all these energy drinks.
It's kind of like a little GNC-ish.
Yeah, kind of. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. So, I mean, yeah, they're finding a way like, hey, people can't come here to work out. Like, you can still buy our retail stuff. And really, you should go buy it anyway because their milk and all that stuff's going to go bad. You have to buy it anyway. So, support those local companies. I can't see as the comment was kind of froze on my end. Okay, let me make sure we covered all of this here. Again, for those who are jumping in, I know that just kind of goes back and forth. If you have questions specific to your business, and it may be something where you're a little leery to like leave a comment. You're like, look, I don't want to tell people that I'm struggling right now, or I don't want to tell people that like my sales aren't where they're supposed to be. I think if any time that people are understanding and can be relatable, now is that time. So please don't feel like that. You could message us. It'd probably take longer for us to get it. But if you have a question, it could be very generic, but let's figure out a way to help you. I just want to make sure we hit on all of our tips here before we go into some resources for you guys, which we will share with you. But I also want to just make sure we talk about them as well. All right, live videos. We talked about that. Again, I really hope the coffee shops are listening. I think that'd be cool. I think those virtual hangouts are going to be crucial right now. Using something like Zoom and doing virtual hangouts. If you normally are talking to people, you should do it that way. Next week, we're doing a live workshop on how to use Facebook ads to scale your business. And we would normally meet in person, but the good thing is we can still do that via Zoom, and we're still going to do that via Zoom. So it's like we're gathering these people, and we're just going to do it virtually instead of in person. Still the same kind of impact. Talking about expenses. Okay, and then just follow the money. I think that's the biggest thing right now. Follow the companies that are doing really well right now. Follow the people who are still growing, and partner with those people. How can you offer your services with them? How can two local businesses team up? How can two online businesses meet up? How can a life coach, which we saw earlier, which is really cool, how can a life coach and a business coach meet up together and work together to help each other's clients, which we just saw in the comments here, which was super cool. So I think right now it's about making sure that the small business and local business communities work together and create that partnerships to help each other grow. Like, how can we all work together? And if nobody speaks up, we don't know if somebody's hurting, because the last thing we want is for them to shut their doors. So this is about partnering up and working together to make sure that we can still serve our community, because there's a lot of people in our communities that they want to buy. They just don't know where to go. They don't know the offers. They don't know the deals. We can't help it. But if we see a great deal, buy one, get one, and it's, Chris and I can both get dinner at Whiskey Cake for $50, hey, let's go halves on this. Like, we're still going to take up that deal. So just make sure you're still out there. Steve Reed, good question. He said, any recommendation or services to drive traffic to YouTube? So Steve, there's a couple of factors there to drive traffic to YouTube. But
I would recommend installing TubeBuddy.
TubeBuddy, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have a free version too.
TubeBuddy. Why?
Okay. So Jack said that it's like a tiered feature, so it's an account, so you can unlock different features with each tier. But yeah, look at TubeBuddy.
It's more of a plug into your browser, and it just lives inside of YouTube, and it helps you create better thumbnails, create better end cards, create captions. It kind of outlines what are the things that you need to hit in order to have a successful video, along with insights from other channels and just a bunch of different analytic tools and keywords and different things. So highly recommend to check out TubeBuddy. As far as other anyone that's killing it on YouTube,
I think so. Getting back to, it's kind of taking you out of a comfort level right now, Steve, and even anybody else who's listening right now. Now is the absolute time for you to create content that's topical about what's going on, and not to capitalize on it, because I don't think that's the right way to do it, but you can talk about pain points that people have right now and how you offer a solution to them. Because if people are searching about the coronavirus or COVID-19 or anything like that, and you offer a solution that's helping people and it's not clickbaity, then you are doing a disservice if you aren't doing that. YouTube absolutely loves to have your content frequently, or wants you to update your content frequently. So going live multiple times per week, you can go live, but posting your videos multiple times per week is good. Yeah, your watch time is important. But for Facebook and for anything else, it's all about making sure that you get a good organic presence. If you have a good organic presence and people are watching your content, the next step, which is, again, out of people's comfort zone, is to spend money. You can reach 10 people, and you can continue to reach 10 people or 50 people. And that's still going to be the case. It doesn't matter if this is going on or not going on. You've got to spend money to reach more people. It's a kind of a pay to play. But the good thing right now is that there's not a bunch of people paying because they're concerned. But the people who are spending it in businesses that you know about, they're continuing to spend money on advertising and spending that money so that they can reach more people. Because think about it this way, Steve, you're doing yourself a disservice if you have an amazing product or service and you're not getting in front of people when they need it most right now. So creating great content is good, but it can only take you to a certain level. You have to add some gasoline to that fire. So if you already have that, if you have a product or service that's great, I would look at doing some advertising on it. I would, at the very least, boost that post, reach more people, because that's more of an impact that you can make. let's go through these. Surprisingly, I have two, buddy. No clue how to really use it. Well, there you go, Sarah. That's fine. You have it. That's step one.
I mean, it is a lot. I'll be honest. They provide a lot of good information and a lot of different tools and resources. So it's definitely a lot that they provide, but it's good information for sure. Robbie said, does Asking Daily YouTube bloggers in your space to promote your services and products and their videos for a referral fee work? So essentially, what is that called? Influencer marketing. Yes.
Yeah, that's more of probably a long-term type of approach. And it probably could be something that you could use right now, but the content creators are absolutely, I think it's the biggest opportunity for content creators. So if you are in front of the right audience, it does make sense. But for your influencers, what people think is that you can be like Kylie Jenner and you post a product and you get 1,000 sales in like an hour. That's not how it works. Your best influencers are like those micro influencers where you have, they have 1,000 to 5,000, 10,000 followers and you have tons of them and you reach out to 5 or 10 of them or whatever. And it's going to take time. So it's going to take, it's a great strategy to be using right now, but realize that it may not pay for itself for another 3 to 6 months, but it is a huge impact and growth in your business because really all it is getting your product in front of the right audience. It's just a unique way to do it. So do I think that it will give you sales right away? No. Is it effective in your business? Absolutely. So hopefully that answers your question. Sarah said she figured we'd be proud. You're right. Steve, that's good to know that that's what you've been doing. If it's already working, then continue to do it. If it's not working, then probably try something a little bit different. And if you haven't been spending money on ads or anything like that, then you may want to try that route. Jody says, it is so wonderful to support one another and bring in business for each of us. We all have our own unique strengths and we can leverage each other's strengths and service. Love to support. So I would encourage everybody who's on here, Jody is a business coach, reach out to her, see how she can help you and see how you guys can work together. Because obviously she talks to business owners, she talks to other people. She's probably pretty well connected, I would assume, just because she's a business coach. So how can you get support from her? How can you guys work together? So it looks like she's very open to that.
Yep.
Is there any other questions?
I don't think so. I do want to give a shout. I don't think we should give a shout out to Matthew. Did we give a shout out to Matthew? He did leave a comment earlier saying that he's always here for all of our live videos, and that's very true.
You are.
Even if it's in the middle of the week, you're watching our live videos, and he's even told me that when we premiere our videos, when they're the fake live videos, he gets mad because he can't interact with us, any of that stuff. So, thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you.
We appreciate that. My computer is going super slow right now, so I don't know if there's any. Did we miss any other comments? That's the big thing. I don't want to miss anybody, or if anybody said something, I want to touch on all of it. Please make sure to leave a comment below. My computer is going so slow.
Do you want to leave these the resources, the links in the comments?
Yeah, we'll leave the resources in the comments. One thing I do want to tell you guys is that we are going to put a promo code together for our our Facebook Foundations, which is...
Not promo code. We're giving it away for free.
Yeah. All right, well, it's the promo to give it for free.
Yeah.
It's the code you have to use to give it away to free or whatever, because we can't just say, like, free, just go here. So we are going to give that away for free, at least for the next 30 days. And the biggest thing there is this is for people who want to start an online business or people who will have a brick and mortar. It doesn't matter, but they have an idea of what to do on Facebook, but they really are kind of lost and they go to Google more often than not. This is the course for you. We talk about strategy, posting, and we touch a little bit on advertising. It doesn't go super in depth, but it does talk about your first strategy on advertising and how to set up a campaign. But all of that's going to be free to you guys. We just need to get the code for you, and we'll share that link so that way you guys can take advantage of it. Use that time to go through the course, ramp up your Facebook page, figure out a way to get in front of your audience, and start advertising.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the other links that we have, we'll put the link for SendFox, for the Facebook Foundations course. We also have a link for SBA, and then a link from Facebook. Facebook dropped a resource for business owners. There's a lot of different things in there, a resilience toolkit, a quick action guide, PDF you can download for free. They also have some courses in there. So we're going to drop those in there. in the comments so you guys can get those.
Awesome. And if you guys like this and you've gotten to the end or you've watched all the way to this part, I see some comments that are obviously people liked the live video. We can do this more often. If you have specific questions or anything, right now is a little bit different. We want to give the advice that we're giving to you, to ourselves as well, which is, okay, let's go live. Let's answer these questions. Let's see how we can help you guys. Services that we would normally charge for, how can we give that away to you guys for free so that you can continue to grow your business? So if you enjoyed this, if you liked the live stream, please let us know below, because that's the only way we're going to know if we should continue to do them. And if you watched all the way till the end, and this wasn't the live stream, and you watched till the end from not the live stream, please DM us and let us know. I just very curious if anybody watched all the way to the end. So at least from my end, thank you guys so much. I hope you got a lot out of this. We'll connect the resources, and we're still cheering for your guys' businesses. Please don't hesitate to reach out or connect. We're happy to help.
Yes.
Have anything? Okay.
Did you just hand sanitizer?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
All right, we're safe now.
Man.
Safe now. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your Friday and enjoy the weekend.